The second Monster Hunter Wilds open beta test starts tonight, and I am so pumped. But if you've already tried it and you are thinking that the FPS is bad, it's not very well optimized, and your PC can't handle it too well, do not fear. Open beta test 1 was a much older version of the game's build and not representative of the current state of the full game's optimization. Open beta test 2 will be running on that same old build, but with a bit more content included. So how are we supposed to know if our PCs can handle it? Well, thankfully, they've released this interesting thing called the Monster Hunter Wilds benchmark. It's not a playable demo, but you watch somebody play out a demo, basically, on your PC, and it counts your FPS the whole time. Now, I am definitely not an expert when it comes to PC hardware and specs and all that nonsense and FPS knowledge, but I do know I've got pretty good shit, so we're gonna run the first test on the Ultra preset. For reference, here are my specs. I hope she dies. The frames drop pretty heavily when you enter this town. A lot of people running around. A lot of people, a lot of structures, a lot of those things blowing in the wind up there, all the little sacrets or sacrats or whatever they're called. Still passable though, and do you see the babies? That looked weird. Oh, put it in my mouth, holy shit. So average 50 on the Ultra preset. For the next test, we will try the opposite end of the spectrum at lowest. I have not tried this preset at all yet, so I'm curious to see how the game looks on like the low preset of graphics. Not awesome, but she's still hot. Average of 60.92. I'm not gonna lie, I've already forgotten what my last average was. Alright, for the last test, we're gonna do the settings that I think I would probably play on. So I'll start on the Ultra preset. Ray tracing is already off, and I think I'm gonna keep it off because it adds quite a bit. I do really like to have my textures nice and high, so I'm gonna keep all of that. Clouds, I think would be okay if I raised it by 1 or 2. I don't think I'd notice. And shadows are pretty demanding. Move those down to medium, and that gives me quite a bit of RAM back. Starting off good at about 58. Saw a 24, that's not good, but we're loading in a new zone, so, you know, not terrible. I can live with it. Look at the baby. Average 54 so far. Looks pretty good to me. That looks so strange. That tear does not look right. I completely forget about it as soon as they pour that ooey gooey goodness on top of it. 54.04. Again, I'm not an FPS slut, I'm more than happy with that. If you want to see how your own PC will perform, just find Monster Hunter Wilds on Steam, and it's the first download right now, and it's free. So check it out for yourself, and let me know in the comments how you think your computers will handle it. Happy hunting.